Alright, let's go ahead and do the other thing that we did with the smoothing. So I'm going to delete the history. And then add divisions. And we'll set the divisions to like 4. Maybe we'll try 3. Whoops, let me cancel the operation. You don't want to push Maya, it'll get crashy on you. Even that might be too many. Let's try that. Alright, and then we'll go to Mesh Smooth. Cool. Alright, that looks just about right. And let's see, what's going on with that little circular indent there? That's probably... we could do that in Painter without too much trouble. We don't have to mess with it. Now, one of the reasons why... yeah, okay. I'm just kind of thinking my way through this. When we retopologize this area here, we might actually want that to be closer to the surface. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There are going to be a few unknowns, but that's always going to be the case. There's always going to be something that is you've never done before. But conceptually, it shouldn't be that difficult to figure out. All right, let's go ahead and add these buttons. So we'll do pretty much the same thing. I don't really think it's necessary to worry about those inset areas, those little separations there between the main surface and this. But if we want to, we can basically do the same thing as we did over here. But we can wait until we've actually seen what this looks like in the bake to make a decision about that. So I'm going to make cylinder. Try to get some idea. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. So the cylinders look like they'd be bigger than our little X here. At least they would sort of intersect the arms. So I'll try to make it about that big, maybe. And I don't know exactly where they line up, but I'm going to assume we have the center line here that's probably going to be running more or less. It's not exactly centered vertically, but it looks like the center line of the plus button here basically is the top of the rest of the stuff. So we can probably drop this down a little bit. How close are we getting? We'll have to sort of see how it feels. And I don't know what the top surface of this thing looks like, but if we try to add a smooth modifier to this, we're going to get some weirdness to it. Let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. Like it's going to get all crunchy and nasty along that top surface because it's all triangles. So the simple way to fix that is I'm going to go, we'll select this vert here, we'll select, convert selection to faces, and then I'm just going to extrude this. Go to scale and we'll just kind of bring them in. And if we do that, we should get, we've got quads here on that edge, so when we smooth it, it should look a little bit better. But the bottom still needs to have that same treatment. So we'll just select, convert selection to faces, and then extrude. Doesn't really matter how far in you go, you just need quads on that edge to support it. I could have also probably just dropped it below the surface, and that would have been okay too. So let me go back to flat shade mode with the 5 key. We will go to Mesh Smooth. Take a look at it. So you can see we're getting this like kind of rounding thing happening there. So I'll just add an extra edge loop in the middle there to support that. And there may be some roundness kind of on the top surface there. I don't really know. Maybe we just kind of crashed it in a bit. That should be okay. And then I'm going to figure out how to make one of these little planes down there. How do we make this red? We'll just go ahead and keep things organized. visually. So I'm going to make another blend here, and this one we can call like plus button matte. And you can see it puts those little underscores then in automatically, which is pretty cool. And that's actually going to be white on the outside there. Go to face mode. Ooh. And I'll just do kind of a shift select. Sorry, I guess you've got to do Control Shift if you want to add to the selection. Control and Shift. And it's just to help us visualize. It doesn't have to be perfect. We will ultimately need it to be a little bit more accurate down the road a bit, but for now, so with those faces selected, right click, assign material to selection. And that's good enough. Whoops. Somehow grabbed another window here. 1 second. I think actually I can just hit this button. Okay, cool. Alright, slowly but surely, let's go ahead and add a polygon plane. So there are probably a lot of different ways that we could align these, but the easiest way I think is probably just to copy the transform information. So I'm just doing a little Control C, Control V. And there you go, that's going to be perfect. Drop this a little closer to the surface there, and I'm going to go ahead and add a smooth modifier. I may need to subdivide it a little bit more, but we'll see here in a second. I think that's probably fine. And I'm going to make it that same white material there. And then we'll go ahead and make a red blend. And click on the gray box here and select red. Oh, typical. Alright, so for some reason my hypershade has decided to kill itself. So I'm going to go ahead and just restart Maya, but we'll go ahead and jump to the next video for this. And we'll continue working on this material assignment and this button, and we'll get these other things set up hopefully in the next video or two, and then we can move on to the creation of the low poly.